Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. For those of you guys who are new here, my name is Jesse. I am a first year oral and maxillofacial surgery resident. And in this video, I'm just gonna be talking about externships. So a lot of this is just general advice for people doing oral surgery. This is my take on a lot of the information. So you can also do your own research, but this is just a video I wanted to make because I don't really see anybody really talking about externships and how to deal with them and what they are, things like that. If you're pursuing residency, this is something you basically have to do, especially if you have not graduated dental school yet. Externships are a 1 to 4 week, depending on the program you go to, immersive experience where you go to a program and you basically shadow. You become a pseudo resident for that time period. Depending on the program you go to, it can be as immersive as possible where you're doing procedures with residents. Sometimes you go to programs and you're just a fly on the wall, you're just watching. So why are externships important? The first thing is for you as the prospective applicant to be able to see what the field is all about, what residency is all about. You can read about it, you can watch my videos, you can watch other people's videos, but until you go and actually experience it, you won't really know what it's like. The second thing is it can help shape your view of what you want out of a residency program. So before I started and I was applying and doing all this stuff, I really didn't know what I wanted until I did an externship or two, and I was like, okay, I like this about this program, I don't like this, so I want to take the positives from this and make sure I try and avoid the negatives and things I don't want to experience in a residency program. So you're not going to know exactly what you want until you go to programs for the most part. Some people know exactly what they want to do, they don't care, they know where they want to go, all that stuff, but some people need some extra information to be able to decide how they want their residency experience to be. Another thing is you get your name out there. When you go to these programs, they can put a face to the application when you do apply. So if you do a good job on your externship, honestly, that bodes well for you when you are applying. So it's a way to network, make connections, and also if you are interested in a program, they can see who you are, and that helps them to be able to make decisions about you. So there is a document from AMIS that has a list of all the residency programs. I'll attach a link to the description of this video, but it has a list of all the programs, all their program coordinators, and I believe there's information on externships as well. So definitely look at that document because it puts all the information of all the programs in one place. So you have to contact these program coordinators, and oftentimes they'll need transcripts, they'll need a resume, a letter of recommendation for some of them, not all. I'd say like half of the programs need a letter of recommendation. You'll need your immunization records for a lot of this stuff. And so each program has their set of standards for what they require. And then you're gonna have to get all that information, put it together and send it to the program. How many externships should you do? So this question can vary. A lot of dental schools don't really give students time off to do externships. My program certainly didn't, so I had to use leave days for it. I did all my externships during my vacation. So my winter break, my summer break, I did my externships because I wanted to save my leave days for my interviews. So depending on how much time you take off really can determine how many you can do. But I would say the goal is to aim for about 3 to 4. If you can do 3 to 4, you're in a really good place. You've seen enough programs where you can kind of form your own opinions about things. And also programs, when they look at your application, they'll see you're very dedicated. They'll see you're somebody that's taking the time out to actually pursue this. You can do less and you can do more. I know people that did 8, I know people that did 2. So it's not like a hard, fast rule, you need to do this many, but I would say aiming for 3 to 4 is really great. When you go on externships, some programs, and I think very few programs now, will let you lodge with them. So some will have you can stay in a call room or you can stay in certain places. But most of the time you're going to have to stay at a hotel or an Airbnb. I stayed at 2 hotels and then 1 Airbnb at the 3 that I went to. And so you need to allocate some money and resources for this. Unfortunately, this process is very expensive. And so it requires a lot of planning because you have to pay for your applications, you have to pay for travel, you have to pay for lodging. So there's a lot that goes into it. All right, so now I want to talk a little bit about how to pick externships. Where should you extern? Where should you go? So it really all depends on you, what you want out of a program. Maybe you're the type of person that says, okay, I want to kind of be in the Northeast. That's where I want to live because my family's there. So maybe you want to look at programs in the Northeast. Are you somebody that's deciding I want to only do 6-year or I only want to do 4-year? Just extern at 6-year programs if you want to do 6s. If you want to do 4s and you're sure about it, just extern at 4-year programs. If you know you're only going to apply to a 6-year or a 4-year solely, just go to only 4-year programs or only 6-year programs because you don't want to waste time or money going somewhere where you don't want to go. Are you somebody that's interested in cancer? Are you somebody that's interested in doing a lot of orthodontics? Are you somebody that's interested in a lot of TMJ? So find what you're interested in. Even if you don't know, is there something that you think you might like? If there's something you think you might like, you want to go to a program that does a lot of it. One tip I think is really important is geographical diversity with your externships. If you're somebody that only externs at programs in California and you're from California, well, that's great. You've externed at these California programs, but it may limit you when you're applying because programs will see, if you apply to a program in Texas, they'll see, well, he's from California and he only externed at California programs. This person probably doesn't want to come here, so we'll probably rank them low. I'm not saying this is the be all and end all. I'm not saying this is how it happens every single time, but it's really important that if you are applying from California and you're applying to a place in DC, maybe having some geographical diversity with your externships can help. So I externed all across the country. And one of the reasons I did was because I wasn't really limited geographically. I didn't care. I just wanted to go see the program. But I also knew that when I was applying, if I ended up applying to a place in Arizona, they could see that it won't be a problem for me moving. So location is really important. If you want to go to a program in Florida and that's really where all you want to go to, definitely extern in Florida. But I would also say try and extern at maybe one other place around the country where you are interested in. Don't just do an externship for doing externship's sake. You don't want to just waste money going to places you're not interested in. One, you need to be really interested in the program. Two, is the location great? Three, is the scope something you're interested in? Talk to upperclassmen, talk to other people who have done externships as well. So one of the things I did is I talked to people who were ahead of me. Hey, where did you extern? Did you like that experience? And so I curated my externships based off of the advice of people who have done them, because I wanted an externship experience that was very immersive. And so I went to places that I knew would be really hands-on. I would take call with the residents. I'd be able to extract teeth in the clinics. I'd be able to scrub it in the OR, things like that. So that made the externship experience a lot more fun for me. It may not be what you're interested in, but just make sure you do a lot of research before you decide to go on an externship, because it's a heavy investment. I will be making a future video on how to act on externships, what do you need to do to be successful, how do you maximize the experience, but this video is just like a broad overview of externships. The last thing I'd say is you need to have fun. For those of you guys engaging in this path, you know that dental school can be a real hard struggle because we have to do the CBSC, we have to do all these externships. So when you're able to get away from school to go do these things that you are really interested in, enjoy the experience. Take notes, really savor the moment, take photos, really make connections with residents, because it's a really fun time. Obviously, it's going to be very stressful and very busy because it's a week-long, 2-week-long, 3-week-long interview. But my externships were fun. I remember them to this day, each and every single one of them. And so I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to go to these places. So definitely enjoy the experience. If you guys have any questions about externships, leave them in the comments below. I'll talk more about them. I think I have a video on this channel about my externships when I went on them. And so I made a video, like a vlog about this, so you can go back and watch that as well. And then also, like I said, I'll be making a video talking about how to maximize your externship experiences in the future. But thanks for watching this video. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video.